Hello, happy late summer. It has been a while since I posted a video. I think the last one was like in February, if I remember right. That was not my intention. I thought I would continue to make videos from the beginning of the year. I had a lot of ideas and both for collections and videos that I wanted to do, and something happened and it just wasn't in the cards for, I guess, about 6 months now, but that's okay. I'm back and I'm feeling inspired, and I have a lot of things that I want to share with you. So back in the spring, I ended up doing 2 local art markets, which were the first in-person events I've ever done with my art. And it was a whole thing to get a bunch of artwork finished and varnished and sign the back of it, and get hanging hardware on them and make prints and do everything to get ready for the market, which I had about a month's notice for. I also had to buy a bunch of equipment to build a booth and have the booth be able to hang large paintings and stuff like that. So that was a whole process. I was quite busy the whole month getting all of that equipment together and getting about 19 original pieces ready for that. That was a local art market here in the city I live in. And then the following month, I ended up doing like a botanical garden market for a cactus flowering event. So I also brought my artwork to that, and along with some jewelry that I made. I used to make jewelry and I got excited to do that again. So I made some cactus and flower earrings for that, which I do have now in my gift shop on my website. So that was pretty much my spring, was a lot of energy and time dedicated to those 2 markets and the learning curve involved in that. And then when summer came and my kids finished school, it just kind of became like a summer of rest. It wasn't the most eventful summer for us. The last couple of summers were a lot more eventful and just really vibey and those summer vibes. And this last one, I kept feeling like the summer vibe was going to hit, but it really kind of never did. It didn't really feel like summer for some reason. And it also went by really quickly. So we did have some fun times with friends and like went to the pool, swim lessons, dance recital, all of those kinds of kid activities. I got back into reading, which I keep wanting to do, and I'm almost finished with The Burnout by Sophie Kinsella, who, fun fact, is actually my cousin. I've never actually met her, but I do have a signed copy of one of her books that my dad got me at one of her signings. So I've been really into the summer. I Turned Pretty. That has been really good. I actually can't wait to watch the last one that came out on Wednesday. Today is Friday, and so I'm looking forward to watching it tonight. But then the whole Taylor Swift on the New Heights podcast and album release, that kind of took over my Tuesday and Wednesday, and I really enjoyed watching her 2-hour-long interview. That was super exciting. So that was fun. My kids also started school this week, and they homeschooled most of last year. So it's kind of new in our schedule, a new little transition for them to be back to school. Yeah, we're just all on a new schedule. Glad to be back to a bit of a routine. And I'm looking forward to making more art and making more videos and, getting back into the gym and swimming some laps and things during the day, along with other, household tasks I do while the kids are at school. But yeah, I'm just really excited to be back and share some fun things with you. I'm going to be sharing a little tour of the art studio and how I moved it around. So this view is a little different of what you're used to seeing. I basically switched everything from one wall to the other. I really wanted my creative space to be against the window, even though that's not necessarily the best for lighting for filming. So when I film, I'll just kind of be in a little bit of a different spot. But first and foremost, my creating process just felt like it really needed to be up against a window. So I will share my little updated studio tour of how I have everything set up now. I'm really enjoying it. It's brought a big fresh energy into the studio for me, and I just feel like I can breathe again. I feel like everything was kind of closing in on me, and my area that I was painting in was way too crammed. And my little ones, my 8-year-old, like her stuff was just kind of taking over as well. And all the market stuff that I was trying to store in here on top of that, like I just really needed to take a minute and get everything situated. And I also got a bunch of new paint supplies recently and canvases, and actually finished 3 new pieces recently that I will share in that little studio tour. And that's a part of my, I'm calling it my soft summer collection of these 3 pieces. They're a little bit more muted hues and just like kind of a softer vibe. And those are on my website now, along with a studio sale that I'm having. Today is August 15th, so I'll be running that sale today, Saturday, Sunday, and through Monday, and that is 50% off everything, originals, art prints, gifts, that includes earrings, with also free shipping. So it's a very exciting time if you wanted to get some new art or jewelry for your home. I have some fun, exciting things coming up for the fall, and I'll start announcing it like later this month, and some little changes that are going to be happening with the studio. So that's super fun and exciting. I'm also going to film a little YouTube short of some of the pieces that I have in the sale. So that should be out sometime this weekend. And I really hope everybody else had a really great summer and that you're enjoying this time of year. And I'm really looking forward to fall. Really excited for a fall collection and some changes on the horizon. And now I'll go ahead and show you the little studio tour so you can see how I have it set up now. So I wanted to give a little studio update because I moved everything around this summer. So my main reason for doing that is that I wanted to have my creative space next to the light from the windows. And I originally had it this way, and then I moved everything onto the opposite wall so that I could film better and that the light would hit my paintings better. However, I realized it just wasn't the ideal setup. I felt like something was off. So I ended up moving everything back and sort of into a new configuration. So I'm going to share that with you now. So basically, you walk in the door from the courtyard, and it's just my trash can, not too exciting. I've got my little inspirational books on the wall and my lights, and this is different. I have all my paint on this little rolly cart, so I have all my different paint organized mainly by color here, like red, yellow, green, blue, purple, neutrals. And then I have some inks down in the basket here. I have like my higher end tubes of paint that I have when I want to add more of a bolder pop of color. These are kind of a lot of my new colors and paint I'm working with right now. I also got some new charcoal. So I just love having all the paint in one spot that's like really accessible next to my easel. So that was a cool move. And then I have my easel here, my standing one. I can either stand or I can pull up a chair here. And this is actually a new painting that I just finished. And then up here are two little wood paintings that I finished recently as well, and these 3 are a part of my soft summer collection that are on my website right now. I've got a work in progress back here, And then this just has like miscellaneous items in it. It has some craft paper. It has my tape measure, some art journaling stuff, some stencils. Our dog leash is at the bottom for walking her. So yeah, and then I just can put like, you know, my tea or like a candle or something. So I like to keep the top of that empty. I have another new canvas here. I have some old work stored down below with a travel easel that I was gifted on our Buy Nothing group. Here's my paper plates that I use for palettes. This is like what I am always working with, all of my paint water, my golden white acrylic. Here I have like tools that I'm using, brushes, foam brushes, and my paint rag that I've had forever. This is my little inspiration board. It still has the spring inspiration on it. I never printed out the summer one, but I did make one that I plan to share on my blog. And then I really like this space. I gave myself a good amount of space to do like sit down work. So I have a nice big area for that. Some watercolor paper, some watercolors, some liquid medium varnish, pencils, colored charcoal pencils. No, wait, these are colored charcoal pencils and charcoal. This is watercolor pencils. All my oil pastels, which I'm obsessed with. Some more oil pastels and paint pens. My tripod. And then in here, some more paint pens, scissors, marker. I also just got some thread recently. I wanted to play around with the idea of like sewing or embroidering like the canvas. It's my little sign I use when I'm vending at markets. This is a big cork board that I would like to use as my inspiration board. Moving forward, I'd like to make a bigger one. Just some like little incense and feathers, candle, little mini tripod. So yeah, that's basically my workspace. It's actually quite roomy. If I stand back, you'll see like how much space it is, and the light is so nice. And then against this window, I have my daughter's painting space. She's got her little easels and paints and things like that. And kind of every nook and cranny, I have things like hidden and stored. I have like my market tables behind things. So I really take advantage of all the space. She's got her little easel and like a message here. This is a garage door that opens all the way up. So when we want some breeze or more light, I just got this on the Buy Nothing group, and it's like a wheeled, I think it used to be in like a hospital or something, I'm not sure, but it has a lot of drawers so I can put like works on paper in it or anything else that I want to store flat. And then there's like a tray on top, so I'm putting like works in progress there. There's also like a table part that like flips out on the side. I just thought it was perfect for an art studio, so I'm really happy with that. So this whole storage cluster still needs to be organized, but I have like works in progress, finished work. My lights are taken apart right now, my studio lights, because I don't use them very often. They were taking up a lot of space. Extra like wood panels I'm going to be working on soon, extra canvases that I haven't used yet. A lot of this middle area are works in progress. Down here as well, some extra frames. I have my excuse me, I have bubble wrap and all my shipping supplies, all my boxes from the post office, a bunch more collage paper, all of my spray varnishes, liquid adhesives, additional craft paint that I don't really use, more bubble wrap, shipping supplies, and boxes on the bottom. And then all the stuff here is from the spring markets that I did. These are my smaller pieces that are all varnished and ready to go. My display items, I also did some jewelry. So there's jewelry display, art print display, my little like signs and payment information and things like that. This is just a lamp I need to get rid of. And then more stuff that I use to like hold down my paintings and like display them so that like they didn't blow away in the wind. So I still need to kind of like, since markets is new for me, I still need to incorporate some of this space in my storage space. Some of it I have stored in the house and in the garage. And I might do a video on that, like everything that I used to build my market display. Because that was like a whole process getting all that stuff together. I did 2 markets in the spring, so that stuff still kind of needs to find a home, but I decided it wasn't enough to stop me from painting. So anyway, and then this wall is my daughter's craft and art storage, and I really like that it's like all in one spot now. She was taking up like 75% of this room before I did this, and so now all of her stuff is in one spot and it's all like labeled. This is a lot of stuff she's like working on. She's got stuff like on wood that she's painting, little ceramics she's painting. She's got paint sticks, markers, Crayola paint. These little kind of things from the dollar store if she wants to grab those. Rock painting. These I finally upgraded to getting like the big bottle of paint, which I really like for her. Art and craft boxes. Canvases that are either finished or in progress. She's got some stuff she got from friends for her birthday up top. What else? We've got, so paint and glitter, slime making, stamps and fabric paint, painting on wood, coloring books. This looks like a bunch of felt stuff that she was playing with. Kinetic sand, more felt and yarn, a bunch of like construction paper, more finished art. The bottom is all Play-Doh pieces and Play-Doh. And then she's got more canvases ready to go and crayons and markers. And then all her clay making stuff that she can make little clay sculptures and then she paints those. Looks like the sticker box is missing, probably up here. But yeah, so she has plenty of things to do when I'm painting and she wants to come out here, then she can be creating something right here next to me. So that's been how I've been able to paint since she was basically born. But maybe I can make a video about that sometime as well for all the moms that are trying to create with little ones. But yeah, so I just wanted to share the studio, and I'm really feeling the new energy in here and I'm feeling invigorated, and I really love the first painting I made in here. And I'm actually having a studio sale this weekend of everything is 50% off and with free shipping through Monday. Today is August 15th and it'll run through basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So if you're interested in getting some artwork, original prints, or even some jewelry, I have all of that available. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.